Welcome to Travel Tracker Routing. Today we're going to take a look at the Find My Bus feature that has commonly been available to your school administrators if you give them view-only access to the system. But more recently, we have given you the option to make it available to parents through the FindMySchool.us website. So we're going to go over what that looks like, not only for your school admins, but for your parents as well. To start off, we're going to look at the settings to enable this for parents. So on your Travel Tracker routing site, you're going to go to this top right-hand corner with this little half person icon, and we're going to click on Settings. The first section of this main settings page is the General section, and this is where the setting to enable Find My Bus on the FindMySchool.us website is located. Right down here, you'll see Enable Find My Bus in FindMySchool.us, and in this case, on our demo site, it is already checked because I will be showing you what that looks like in just a moment. So to enable it for your district, you'll just check this box and click Save. Now, one thing that you'll want to decide before you enable Find My Bus in FindMySchool.us and make it available to parents is whether or not you want to enable sped trips on Find My Bus. The default in Find My Bus is to only search regular trips, but if you have this checkbox up here that says Enable Sped Trips checked, your parents can select to search sped trips for their students rather than regular trips. But again, the default is to only search regular trips so that you don't have that confusion and you can choose to enable those sped trips if you want to. And we do have a video on how to mark your trips as sped trips. Now let's take a look at what this FindMySchool.us looks like and how a parent would find their student's potential bus. Now the FindMySchool.us website coincides with the URL for your routing portal. So if we take a look up here at the URL for our demo site, it's routing.app-garden.com/appgarden2. So the FindMySchool.us website is going to be findmyschool.us/appgarden2. So all you'll need to do is do findmyschool.us/ whatever that last part of your routing URL is. It will most likely have something to do with your district name. Now, let's say that we are a parent and we want to figure out what bus in the district our student will most likely be on. We're going to make sure that we're on this Find My Bus tab and we're going to start typing in our address. So let's say we are at 130 South Queen Street in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And then let's say that our student attends McCaskey East High School. So we're going to select the school and then we're going to decide if we prefer the same bus stop for both AM and PM. And in most cases, the answer to that is going to be yes. So we'll go ahead and check that box and click Find My Bus. You can see here the map zoomed in on that address that we typed into the system. So it looks like our student is going to be on bus 16 in the morning, getting picked up at 7:30 a.m. almost at 240 South Queen Street. And if we hover over this, we can actually see on the map where it shows how far our student is from that stop. And then in the afternoon, the student's going to be on the same bus, leaving McCaskey East High School at 3:15, getting dropped off at 3:56 in the afternoon. Now, one thing that you may want to phrase to your parents is that this is just a best suggestion, but transportation can change what this route is going to be and what bus that student is going to be on based on the needs of the district. So I would definitely make it very clear that this is just a suggestion and it is not necessarily set in stone. Now let's go take a look at this for your school admins. We're going to be back on your Travel Tracker routing portal. Now let's say that we are now logged in as a school administrator who has view-only access. If you have any questions about giving your school administrators access and how the roles and security and views for those school administrators work, we do have some videos on that, or you can reach out to your implementation specialist with any questions you have, and they can guide you through that process of giving those school administrators access. But let's take a look at what this Find My Bus is going to look like for them. We are on the Students tab in the Travel Tracker routing software, and we're going to go to Operations, Find My Bus. Now, because we are in the routing software, we could just easily type in a student name and it will auto-populate with their home address, their school, and their grade so that you don't have to hand type in every single piece of information. Now, let's say that the student you have is not currently in the school district. Let's say they were just enrolled today and they're not going to show up in your travel tracker routing system until tomorrow. You can still search. So just the same way that we typed in the address on findmyschool.us, we'll type in 130 South Queen Street. And then we're going to select McCaskey East High School again, and we're going to click Find My Bus. And once again, it is going to give us that suggestion, and it looks here like it is the exact same suggestion. So bus 16 getting picked up at 7:26 a.m. in the morning and getting dropped off at 3:56 in the afternoon. Now, the other option we have is the ability to click on the map to find what bus a student might be on if you don't necessarily know the exact address, but you know the general neighborhood. So I'm going to click on this little dark blue dot that's got a little pinpoint location on it, and I'm going to click anywhere on this map. So I'm going to click right on this intersection of Lime Street and East Chestnut. And once I do that, I'm going to select my school. We're going to stick with McCaskey East High School, and then we're going to click Find My Bus, and it is going to do the same thing. So there are several ways that you can find what bus your students might be on, whether that's for your school administrators or for your parents. So that is the Find My Bus feature. It is a really powerful tool for figuring out what students might go on what buses and limiting calls to your office. If you have any further questions, please reach out to your implementation specialist or contact us at support@app-garden.com.